So what have been some of your most amazing success stories that you've heard from advisors with them being able to possibly be more present in meetings or just have more focus on their clients? Or what have those been?
Yeah, I'll share just three quick examples. So one of my favorites is one of the things that we do in Jump is we want to help advisors prepare for their next meeting. And for you to show up prepared for your meeting, what that usually looks like is going back and digging through the old notes and kind of digging through the CRM and trying to remember what did we talk about 6 months ago, getting refreshed on the situation. And that can be quite time consuming. And if you're going from one meeting to the other, it can be hard to squeeze that research in. And so one of the things that we do in Jump is we have the AI assistant pull all of the old notes and the old data points that are sitting in the CRM and other places. And we develop this briefing. And on that briefing, one of the things we have in there is it'll say conversation starters. So it'll sort of give you, hey, here are some things that you can use to really nail that first 5 to 10 minutes of the meeting, again, without having to go dig through all of your old notes. And we've just had some really awesome moments where, it'll say, hey, don't forget to ask about how the trip to Hawaii went, or don't forget to ask how the new golden retriever that they adopted is doing. And these are little things that are just so easy to forget when you're meeting every 6 months or every year. But when you do remember them, it just makes a huge difference to that relationship. So that's the first one, that just kind of these moments that we're able to support. That's been really fun to see. From more of a efficiency perspective, we've surveyed our own users. We've also had, some of the big broker dealers like LPL run their own studies on the usage of Jump. And it's pretty routine at this point that advisors will come back and say, I'm saving at least an hour a day. In some cases, it's 3 hours a workday. And that's really fun. And we've seen that in some cases, I'd say in about half of the cases, the advisors are choosing to reallocate that time to building up their firm. They're going out and looking for new clients, or they're delivering more services to their clients. And in other cases, they're choosing to take that time back for themselves and just head home on time on a Friday instead of, hanging back to do all the documentation from the week's meetings. So that's been really fun. And then finally, that's kind of for the advisor themselves. When you start to look at the firm level, something that the chief compliance officer often stresses about is, how do we make sure we have really high quality documentation for every meeting, every advisor, every time? And so being able to just help make that very easy for the advisors and just, feel better prepared for the next SEC exam, while also driving much better productivity. So we actually did we had an RIA with about 80 advisors. They did a little A/B test, and they said, okay, we're going to look at the Jump users, and then we're going to compare them to the non-Jump users. And they found that the Jump users were delivering anywhere between 20 to 50% more output and deliverables for their clients as part of client service than those that weren't on Jump.